but little, the people say. Idle dreams, replies the Tsar. To Siberia, to every cell and dungeon, Russia's greatest poet Alexander Pushkin has sent his people their only solace. The heavy hanging chains will fall, the walls will crumble at a word, and freedom greet you in the light, and brothers give you back the sword. Remote from the Tsar's police, but still under their shadow, is the backbone of Russia, the peasant, the mujik, scattered across the immensity of the plain, the steppes he knows as Holy Russia, Mother Russia. The strength of the soil is in him, and so is the passive submission bred by unchanging centuries of seed time and harvest, orthodoxy and autocracy. Of Russia's 130 million people, most are peasants, released in 1861 by Alexander II, only to be bent anew under the iron yoke of ignorance and superstition, noblemen and czars. But with the new century, the 20th, a malignant stir of discontent and coming convulsion runs through the impassive countryside, and some of the landowners know it. The air is heavy with ominous things. Breathing and living have become difficult as before a storm. The mujik is sullenly silent. But the peasants have a champion, Leo Tolstoy, who dedicates his waning years to the improvement of the peasantry, to the idea of Christian brotherhood. Erupting from a medieval past, Russia knows no Renaissance, no Reformation, no Age of Reason. Yet in the 19th century, she produced a group of brilliant intellectuals whose contribution to Western culture was profound and whose common motif was the freedom of man. Change must come to Russia. But Tolstoy warned his countrymen, every revolution by force only puts more violent means of enslavement into the hands of those in power. Revolution by force. Outside Russia, in Paris, in Munich, in Zurich, in exile, another Russian intellectual often dreams day and night. Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, known to the Russian underground as Lenin, a brilliant, bitter, dedicated man. Aided by his wife Krupskaya, he propagates with fanaticism the theories of Karl Marx. Class warfare, abolition of private property, dictatorship of the proletariat. With secret pamphlets and propaganda, he spreads the vow of Marx's manifesto. The communists disdain to conceal their views and aims. They openly declare that their ends can be obtained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. Let the ruling classes tremble at a communist revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. And Lenin adds, give me an organization of revolutionaries. But the Okhrana, the secret political police, is alert. It strikes hard. It strikes often. The idealists and the fanatics, the dreamers and the brutes, the innocent and the guilty, all who raise a voice against autocracy have a common experience: persecution. There are many who espouse the Tsarist way of life, and they ride through that life in traditional indifference, wrapped in the sham security of privilege and power. This is the flower of imperial Russia. Wealth and leisure amid accumulated splendors from a regal past and the magnificence of an ancient, unquestioned faith. The Orthodox Church, rooted in the heritage of the Near East, of Byzantium, equally aloof from Catholic Rome and Protestant Europe, embodies the concept of Holy Russia, custodian of the one true faith. And above the church, above everything, above everyone, the little Father, the anointed one, the all-highest person, the most orthodox Tsar, Nicholas II, Emperor and autocrat of all the Russias, imperial majesty. Born of history, surrounded by pomp and ritual and ceremony, hemmed in by courtiers and Cossacks, Nicholas II, 13th of the Romanovs, is the last gasp of the Holy Tsar, as unhealthy as it is unholy. At his father's deathbed, Nicholas asked, "What am I to do? What is going to become of Russia? I am not yet prepared to be Tsar. I don't even know how to talk to the ministers." And so it remains. Oh, when will it ever be possible for us to live quietly like decent people? Asked the Tsarina. The imperial yacht provides part of the answer. Here, the man who rules Russia enjoys his family and his few friends on calm sea waters before the turning of the tide. Gracious and serene is Livadia, the Tsar's summer palace in the Crimea, the Russian Riviera. To an intimate friend, Nicholas confides, "Down here, I feel strong and rested, as always in the life-giving Crimea. Dips in the sea, walks, and above all, a feeling of freedom." Behind the marble facades of splendid villas, behind the silks, laces, and fabulous jewels of their occupants, behind the vigilant crack regiments to maintain the status quo, lurks a specter, the specter of revolution. But the court, immeasurably remote from dingy cellars where plots are born and societies crumble, still has its being in ages past, and moves dreamlike in the atmosphere of nevolia, of absolute obedience to the little father. The Tsar is Russia. But if the Tsar is Russia, he is also a human being who likes to play photographer as his wife, son, and 4 daughters play tag. Charming, carefree hours in the fading day of an age that soon will be no more. Her Imperial Majesty, the Empress of all the Russians, Alexandra Fyodorovna, willful, superstitious granddaughter of Queen Victoria, sets herself implacably against every move for change and progress. Nothing shall ever change in any way the holy, orthodox, autocratic government of Imperial Russia. In the Crimea, in the capital of St. Peter, at the country seat of the great landowner, the privileged few dance away the ominous years in fancy dress, in haute couture, in heart-breaking ignorance. Years are ending. The party is over. The lamps are going out all over Europe. We shall not see them lit again in our lifetime. June 1914. The Archduke Ferdinand, heir to the Austrian throne, is dead, assassinated by Serbian terrorists in the Balkan town of Sarajevo. This is the spark that ignites the world. Austria declares war on Serbia. Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany and his general staff honor their pledge to support the Austrians. Tsar Nicholas II of Russia and his generals support the Serbs, their Slavic kin. The imperial armies are mobilized, and so is all of Europe. 5 million Russians go into uniform. The prediction of the late German Chancellor Bismarck comes tragically true. The great European war will come of some damn foolish thing in the Balkans. Hatred of the wholly orthodox autocratic government of Imperial Russia is momentarily forgotten as the Tsar and his armies march headlong into oblivion. 'Defeat after defeat, death by the tens of thousands, prisoners by the millions, victims as much of their own government as of the German war machine. The Tsar personally takes over command of the army, and his government, totally unprepared for war, totally lacking the means to wage war, has grown more impotent and inept with every year of war. All the ancient props of tradition, obedience, and faith that have sustained Imperial Russia through long generations are once again invoked to save her, but now they are invoked in vain. The people are united in their hatred of the rotting Tsarist regime, symbolized in the Siberian pseudo-monk, crafty, sensual Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin. His apparent ability to bring relief through hypnotism to the hemophilic young Tsarevich has made the Tsar and Tsarina puppets in his unscrupulous hands. Rasputin is murdered by incensed noblemen. The foundations of the old order are cracking, crumbling, convulsing. In St. Petersburg and Moscow, the subjects of Nicholas II burst into the streets demanding bread, demanding the end of war. March 1917.